Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to our channel, Not on Film Critic. Today we're going to be reviewing The Kingsman. This is the 2021 version, technically a reboot, I think.
No, I think it's the prequel.
The first Kingsman, the origin story of Kingsman.
And just a reminder that we are not film critics. We're just a couple who enjoys watching movies and sharing our thoughts with you about them.
So with this movie, I didn't really like that they didn't keep the original characters from the previous films, because we got two Kingsman movie with the same actors, and I really like those actors, and I wish they would have done like a trilogy or whatever. But this movie was pretty good too.
I mean, they could still do a trilogy.
Yeah, they could, but it was just not like in order. Now it seems like they're jumping all over the timeline. But I enjoyed this movie. The action sequences make the Kingsman movie, for me, they make them really enjoyable, and they're the highlight of the movie for me, at least.
There were just some, overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's a good movie. Just in regards to that, there were just some camera angles that made it hard for me to follow.
I know what you're talking about. Okay, so there was this camera angle that was on like a knife, and it was pretty motion heavy. It was pretty motion heavy, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like a recurring angle in the movie.
No. Yeah, it was just like, how Kingsman likes to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're very
Which is fine. It's just sometimes it makes it hard for me to follow. Makes it hard for me. I don't know if I'm alone in that.
I thought it was cool because they only used it for like a total of maybe 4 shots. It was fine. I didn't mind it. They were getting creative. Some people, you didn't like it. I didn't really mind it. It didn't really bother me. I mean, these actors were pretty good overall. The priest's character, what was his name? Rasputin. He came off really creepy, but in a overall performance-wise was really good. I think he was probably my favorite character just because he seemed more like a villain than the actual villain, right? He seemed more threatening or scary, in my opinion. And he was probably my favorite character in the movie. Yeah, so I think he did a really good performance. Creepy.
Oh yeah, his performance was great. But overall, about the movie, I don't know. I initially out the theater, I gave it a 7.5. And I try not to give 7.
I think this movie was probably the worst Kingsman from the total of 3 Kingsman movies. But I don't think it was a bad movie. I think it's just on the bottom of my list. The other ones were probably better.
I feel like the other ones were more...
They were more like 007, like gadgets and stuff heavy.
Not even that. Well, yeah, obviously that. But this is the origin story, right? So this is like before the Kingsman was a spy organization. This was like when the Kingsman was actually a tailor shop.
Yeah, and then they're like the best technology they had was a freaking parachute. They're like, what's a parachute?
Yeah. But I don't know. Like, I enjoyed a lot of the actors. So I don't know who played Shola, but Shola was one of my favorite characters. Polly was another one. She was great. I enjoyed both of those characters. I think they really kind of carried the movie, for me at least. There were a lot of it felt like multiple stories crammed into one.
Yeah, that's what I didn't really like. And then it felt kind of long too.
Yeah, so it felt long, but it felt rushed at the same time.
Yeah, maybe I want to say maybe they could have made this itself like a couple movies, but I don't know if it would have been that interesting enough too. But it it did feel crammed.
It was crammed and long at the same time, which is part of it. Like, I still enjoyed the action sequences. I enjoyed the overall story arc. And again, I enjoyed the 2 supporting actor and the actress who were in this. I don't know. Something about it was lacking, but I would still recommend it.
I think the story wasn't as smooth as it could be.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
The only problem that I had.
Yeah, it wasn't as ironed out.
And the action sequences made this movie for me. If it didn't have any of those action sequences, this movie wouldn't have been good at all. Something about the action sequences in Kingsman movies are like, they're just really, they flow really well. They're fun. They're like crazy, energetic. And I really enjoy that.
So what was your rating out of 10?
Oh wait, let me explain that part again. So overall, my rating would probably be, 7s are. We try not to do 7s, but I feel like this is a solid 7.
It's a 7 movie.
Yeah. You should definitely watch it if you've seen the previous Kingsman movie.
If you like Kingsman movies, I think you'll find like you'll enjoy this one, but I think you might agree with us that it's not the best Kingsman movie. It's still interesting to see the origin story, but
Yeah, this is definitely my least favorite one, but it's pretty good.
so let us know. Do you agree with us or do you have other thoughts about it?
Let us know in the comments down below, guys.
And we'll talk about it.
Yep. See you guys later. Bye.